The night her life ended looked exactly like this. Cold rain falling, bare feet on wet concrete, a locked door behind her, and the man she loved watching from inside like she was nothing. She didn't scream at first. She didn't beg. She just stood there, frozen, clutching her phone, her breath trembling in the cold night air. Her name was Amara Cole, and in that moment, she had absolutely nothing. No money, no power, no home, just betrayal. Before we go any further, I want to ask you something. Where are you watching this from right now? Drop your city or country in the comments. I always love seeing how far her quiet empire reaches across the world. And if you love stories filled with betrayal, power, revenge, and redemption, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Because this story, it doesn't end the way you think it will. Just 6 hours earlier, Amara still believed she had a life. Not a perfect one, but a real one. She lived in a quiet suburban neighborhood, in a small but beautiful house. Her husband, Darius, always liked to call his investment. He made sure to say his, not theirs, never theirs. Amara had learned to ignore that. She had learned to ignore a lot of things, like the way Darius spoke to her in front of his friends, like she was invisible, or how he controlled every financial decision, even though she worked just as hard, or how he slowly isolated her from everyone she once loved. It didn't happen all at once. It never does. It started with small things. Why do you need to talk to them so much? You don't need that job. I can take care of you. That friend doesn't respect our marriage. And before she realized it, her world had become smaller, quieter, controlled. But tonight, something was different. It started with a phone call, unknown number. Amara almost didn't pick it up, but something in her gut told her to answer. Hello? There was a pause. Then a calm, professional voice spoke. Is this Ms. Amara Cole? Yes. This is Mr. Bennett from Sterling's Hargrove Legal Group. We've been trying to reach you regarding an urgent inheritance matter. Amara frowned. Inheritance? Yes, ma'am. Your name was listed as the sole beneficiary in the estate of Mr. Elijah Vance. The name meant nothing to her. I think you have the wrong person, she said quickly. No, ma'am. We have confirmed your identity. Mr. Vance passed away 3 days ago, and according to his will, everything has been transferred to you. Amara laughed softly, confused. I don't know any Elijah Vance. There was another pause. Then the words that should have changed everything. The estate includes controlling ownership of Vance Global Holdings. Silence. I'm sorry, what? A multinational corporation valued at approximately $70 billion. Amara blinked. 70 billion? This had to be a mistake, a scam, something unreal. I think you should verify this, she said carefully. We already have. Ms. Cole, we would like to meet with you in person as soon as possible. Her heart started racing. This doesn't make any sense. It will, the man replied calmly, but not over the phone. The call ended, and Amara stood there, staring at her phone, her entire world tilting. She didn't tell Darius right away. She didn't even know how to explain something she didn't understand. So she did what she always did. She kept quiet. But secrets have a way of revealing themselves, especially in houses where trust no longer lives. Later that evening, Darius came home. His mood was already sharp. You could feel it the moment he walked through the door. "Why is the living room still a mess?" he snapped. Amara looked up from the couch. "I cleaned earlier. You left your things everywhere again." His jaw tightened. "You're blaming me now?" "No, I'm just—" "Just what?" He cut her off. "Just sitting around all day doing nothing." That wasn't true, but she didn't argue. She had learned that arguing only made things worse. Still, tonight felt different. She hesitated, then spoke. "I got a call today." Darius dropped his keys on the table. "What kind of call?" "From a law firm. They said I inherited something." He laughed immediately. "Inherited? From who?" "Your imaginary rich uncle." "I'm serious." "Yeah? What did you inherit? A debt?" She swallowed. "They said it was a company." Darius rolled his eyes. "Amara, please, don't start with this nonsense." "They said it's worth $70 billion. That got his attention." He stopped moving, slowly turned to face her. "What did you just say?" "I don't think it's real," she added quickly. "It's probably a mistake." "Who called you?" His tone had changed. Sharp, focused, dangerous. "I told you, a law firm. Give me the number. I don't have it saved yet." "Amara." His voice dropped low. "Give me the number." She hesitated. Something inside her tightened. "I'll call them back tomorrow," she said. That was the wrong answer. The room shifted instantly. Darius stepped closer. "Too close!" "You think you're smarter than me," he said quietly. "No. You think you're going to hide something like that?" "I'm not hiding anything." "Then why won't you give me the number?" "Because I don't even know if it's real." He stared at her, long, cold, calculating, and in that moment, something broke. "You know what?" he said suddenly. "I'm done." Amara frowned. "Done with what?" "With this. With you. With your lies." "What lies?" "I told you everything." "No, you told me something." "That's not the same." "I don't even understand what's happening right now." "Exactly," he snapped. "You never understand anything." He walked toward the door, opened it, and then turned back to her. "Get out." Amara blinked. "What?" "You heard me. Get out." Her heart dropped. "Darius, it's late." "I don't care." "Where am I supposed to go?" "Not my problem." "Please, can we just talk about this?" He stepped closer again. But this time, there was no anger, just something colder, final. "You've been useless for too long," he said. "Now you're lying about money? I'm not dealing with that." "I'm not lying." "Then prove it." "I will, tomorrow." "No," he said. "Now." "I can't." "Then you can leave." And just like that, he grabbed her bag, threw it outside, then her shoes, then her jacket. "Darius, stop!" She rushed forward, but he had already pushed her out. The door slammed shut. The lock clicked, and that was it. Amara stood there in the rain, barefoot, shaken. Her breath came out in short, broken gasps. She knocked once. "Darius, please!" No response. She knocked again, harder. "I don't have anywhere to go." Still nothing. Then she looked to the side and saw him through the window, sitting down, calm, relaxed, like she didn't exist. Something inside her shattered completely. Minutes passed, or maybe hours. Time didn't make sense anymore. The cold crept into her bones. Her phone slipped slightly in her trembling hands, and then it rang. Unknown number. Again. She stared at the screen, hesitated, then answered. "Oh, hello? Ms. Cole." The same calm voice said. We've arranged immediate transportation for you." She frowned. "What?" "Our driver is outside your location." Her heart skipped. "My location?" "Yes, ma'am." A black car just arrived. Amara slowly turned her head, and that's when she saw it. A long, sleek, black car pulling up in front of the house. Not just any car. The kind of car you don't see in neighborhoods like this. The kind of car that screams power, money, authority. The driver stepped out, dressed in a sharp suit, umbrella in hand, walking directly toward her. Behind her, the front door suddenly opened. Darius stepped out, confusion written all over his face. "What is that?" he asked. The driver stopped in front of Amara, slightly bowed his head. "Miss Cole?" He opened the car door, and in that moment, everything changed. Darius looked from the car to Amara, then back again. "Amara, what is this?" She didn't answer. She just stared at him. For the first time in a long time, she wasn't afraid. The rain continued to fall. The silence stretched. And then the driver spoke again. "Your presence is urgently required, ma'am. The board is waiting." The board. Darius froze. "What board?" he asked slowly. Amara's eyes didn't leave his. And then, quietly, she stepped forward, toward the car. Darius's voice cracked. "Amara, what's going on?" She paused, just for a second, then turned slightly, looked at him one last time, and said something that would haunt him forever, I guess. It wasn't a mistake. She got into the car. The door closed, and as the vehicle pulled away, Darius stood there in the rain, realizing he might have just thrown away the most powerful woman he would ever know. But what he didn't know was that this was only the beginning, because the truth about Elijah Vance was far more dangerous than money, and the people waiting for Amara were not just welcoming her, they were testing her. And someone inside that $70 billion empire already wanted her gone. The car door shut with a soft, final click, and just like that, Amara Cole's old life disappeared behind her. The warmth inside the car felt unreal against her cold skin. A soft leather seat, gentle lighting, the faint scent of something expensive and unfamiliar. For a moment, she just sat there, breathing, trying to understand how a woman who had just been thrown out of her home was now being driven like royalty through the night. "Are you comfortable, ma'am?" the driver asked politely. Amara nodded slowly. "I think so." But she wasn't, because nothing about this felt real. Outside the window, the neighborhood faded. Streetlights turned into highways. Highways turned into a quiet private road lined with towering gates, the kind you only see protecting something important. The car slowed. Massive iron gates opened silently. Security scanned the vehicle without a word. And then they were inside. Amara leaned forward slightly. "Where are we?" "Headquarters, ma'am," the driver replied, "of Vance Global Holdings." Her heart pounded. This was it. No turning back now. The building rose ahead like a monument. Glass, steel, power. Every inch of it screamed control. And for the first time, fear crept in. Not of Darius, not of the night, but of what she was stepping into. The car stopped. The door opened. And as Amara stepped out, she noticed something immediately. People were already waiting. Men and women in sharp suits, silent, watching her, judging her. At the center stood a tall, older man with silver hair and a calm, but commanding presence. He stepped forward. Ms. Amara Cole. His voice was smooth, but carried weight. "I'm Victor Hale, Chief Legal Officer of Vance Global." Amara swallowed. "You're the one who called me." He nodded. "And we're grateful you came." Grateful? It didn't feel like gratitude. It felt like expectation. "Please," he said, gesturing toward the entrance. "There's much to discuss." Inside, everything changed again. The building wasn't just corporate. It was intimidating. Massive marble floors, walls lined with portraits, security everywhere. Amara walked carefully, aware of every step, every eye, every whisper. "They're looking at me like I don't belong here," she said quietly. Victor didn't deny it. Before she could respond, the doors ahead opened. A long boardroom, dim lighting, a massive table, and 12 people already seated. The board, every one of them turned as she entered, and the energy in the room shifted instantly. Judgment, doubt, disapproval. Amara felt it like a wave, but she didn't step back. She walked forward. Victor spoke. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ms. Amara Cole, the sole heir to Elijah Vance." A murmur spread across the room. One woman leaned forward, sharp eyes, cold smile. "And this is the woman we're supposed to trust with everything?" Amara held her gaze. "I didn't ask for your trust." The room went quiet. Victor raised a hand slightly. "Let's remain professional." Another man spoke. "This is absurd. She has no experience, no background, no understanding of this company." "And yet," Victor replied calmly, "she owns it." Silence again. Heavy, uncomfortable. Then the woman spoke again. "My name is Lorraine Kessler, acting chair of the board." She leaned back slightly. "And I'm going to be very honest with you, Miss Cole." Amara didn't look away. "Please do." "You are not ready for this." The words were sharp, but Amara had heard worse. "I didn't think I was," she admitted, "but here I am." Lorraine's smile faded slightly. "Interesting." Victor stepped forward. "There's something Ms. Cole deserves to know." The room shifted again, tension rising. "Elijah Vance," Victor began slowly, "did not choose you randomly." Amara frowned. "Then why me?" Victor held her gaze. "Because he was your grandfather." Silence. Complete. Total. Amara blinked. "What?" "He had a daughter," Victor continued, "who left everything behind many years ago." "My mother," Amara whispered. Victor nodded. "She cut ties, changed her name, disappeared from his world completely." Amara's mind raced. "My mother never talked about her family." "There was a reason," Victor said. "Elijah Vance was not just powerful." He paused. "He was dangerous." The room grew colder. Lorraine leaned forward. "And now, so are you." Amara took a slow breath, trying to steady herself. "So what happens now?" she asked. Victor answered. "Now, you prove you deserve to keep what's yours." "And if I don't?" Lorraine smiled again. "Cold." "Certain. Then this company will take itself back." A threat. Clear. Unmistakable. Amara looked around the room. At the faces. The doubt. The resistance. And something inside her shifted. She wasn't outside in the rain anymore. She wasn't begging. She wasn't powerless. She straightened slightly, lifted her chin. "You said I own this company," she said calmly. Victor nodded. "Yes. Then let's be clear about something." She looked directly at Lorraine. "I'm not here to ask for permission." The room went still. "I'm here to take responsibility." Lorraine's expression hardened. "Good," she said quietly, "because you're going to need strength." Amara didn't respond. Because deep down, she felt it too. This wasn't just business. This was war. Meanwhile, back at the house, Darius sat alone. The silence felt louder than any argument. He replayed the moment over and over. The car, the driver, the way Amara looked at him before she left. Something wasn't right. He grabbed his phone, searched quickly. Vance Global Holdings. The results appeared instantly. Massive, dominant, untouchable. And then he saw it. Breaking news. Unknown, heir takes control of $70 empire after death of Elijah Vance. His heart dropped. No way. He clicked the article. Read every word. Amara Cole. Her name. His hands started shaking. I threw her out. The realization hit him like a punch to the chest. Not just regret. Not just guilt. Fear. Because suddenly, everything he had done to her, everything he had said, meant something different now. Something dangerous. Back at headquarters, Amara stood alone in a private office. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Victor stood behind her. "There's one more thing," he said quietly. She turned. "What now?" His expression was serious. "Your grandfather's death may not have been natural." The air changed instantly. "What are you saying?" "We're saying," a new voice interrupted from the doorway, "that you may be in danger." Amara turned sharply. A man stood there, young, focused, watching her closely. "And who are you?" she asked. He stepped forward slowly. "My name is Adrian Cross." He held her gaze. "And if you want to survive this company," his voice dropped slightly, "you're going to need to trust me." Amara narrowed her eyes. "Why would I do that?" Adrian didn't hesitate. "Because someone on that board," he glanced toward the closed conference room doors, "is the reason your grandfather is dead." Silence. Heavy. Dangerous. And just like that, Amara realized the truth. This wasn't just an inheritance. It was a battlefield. And she had just stepped into the center of it.